A looming shadow. CTE fears grip former NFL players. The NFL is grappling with a dark secret. 1 in 3 former NFL players fear they have CTE. This neurodegenerative disease linked to repeated head trauma casts a long shadow over the game. Players are increasingly aware of the risks. Many are haunted by the potential for cognitive decline. The study surveyed nearly 2,000 former NFL players. The results were alarming. Symptoms included memory problems, mood swings, and difficulty concentrating. The findings highlight the long-term consequences of a career in professional football. This growing fear underscores the urgency of the situation. The NFL must confront the issue head-on. The health and well-being of its players are at stake.
Chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, is a devastating brain disease. It is caused by repeated blows to the head. These impacts trigger the abnormal buildup of a protein called tau in the brain. This protein, normally a crucial component of brain cells, becomes toxic in excessive amounts. It disrupts normal brain function, leading to a cascade of debilitating symptoms. CTE primarily affects athletes in contact sports like football, boxing, and hockey. However, it has also been found in military veterans exposed to blasts. The disease progresses slowly, often taking years or even decades for symptoms to emerge. This makes early diagnosis difficult. The initial signs of CTE can be subtle. They may include headaches, dizziness, and difficulty concentrating.
Let's uncover the untold tragedies. Amidst the roar of the crowd and the glory of touchdowns, there lies a hidden, tragic narrative. The NFL has witnessed several heartbreaking losses due to suicide, often linked to chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. Philip Adams, a journeyman defensive back, ended his life at 32 after a tragic incident, with autopsy reports revealing advanced CTE. Junior Seau, a legendary linebacker, took his own life at 43, posthumously diagnosed with CTE. Joe Van Belcher, a promising linebacker, committed a murder-suicide at 25, with CTE again found posthumously. Aaron Hernandez, a once-celebrated tight end, died by suicide in prison at 27, his brain showing severe CTE damage. Lastly, Kenny McKinley, a wide receiver, ended his life at just 23 amidst career-ending injuries and mental health struggles.
As the disease progresses, more severe symptoms manifest. These include memory loss, confusion, impaired judgment, and dementia. In some cases, CTE can lead to aggressive behavior, depression, and suicidal thoughts. CTE is a chameleon, its symptoms often mimicking other conditions. This makes diagnosis challenging, especially in the early stages. The disease manifests differently in each individual, adding to the complexity. However, there are some common red flags that warrant attention. Memory problems are often the first noticeable symptom. Individuals may experience difficulty recalling recent events or conversations. They may also struggle to learn new information. Mood swings are another hallmark of CTE. Sudden outbursts of anger, irritability, and depression are common. As the disease progresses, cognitive function continues to decline. Individuals may experience confusion, disorientation, and impaired judgment. They may also have difficulty with language, motor skills, and balance. In the later stages of CTE, dementia can develop, leading to severe memory loss, personality changes, and the inability to care for oneself.
The NFL has seen its share of tragedy linked to CTE. These stories serve as grim reminders of the disease's devastating impact. Mike Webster, a former Pittsburgh Steelers center, died at 50 after years of cognitive decline. His brain revealed extensive CTE damage. These stories highlight the human cost of CTE. Diagnosing CTE while someone is alive remains a significant challenge. The disease can only be definitively diagnosed after death through a brain autopsy. This limitation makes it difficult to study CTE in living individuals and develop effective treatments. Current research is exploring potential biomarkers for CTE, such as specific proteins in the blood or cerebrospinal fluid. However, these methods are still in their infancy and not yet reliable for clinical diagnosis. Advanced brain imaging techniques, such as PET scans, are also being investigated. These scans can detect tau protein buildup in the brain, but they cannot yet definitively diagnose CTE. The lack of a definitive diagnostic test for living individuals presents a significant obstacle. It makes it difficult to track the prevalence of CTE, monitor its progression, and develop targeted interventions. Until a reliable diagnostic tool is available, the true scope of the CTE problem will remain unknown. Rule changes aim to reduce head impacts, including penalties for helmet-to-helmet hits. The NFL has invested in CTE research and partnered with the NIH. They've supported new helmet technologies and concussion diagnosis. More needs to be done to prioritize player safety and research. Currently, there is no cure for CTE. Treatment focuses on managing symptoms and improving quality of life. This may include medication for depression, anxiety, and cognitive impairment. Therapy can also be helpful in addressing behavioral issues and providing emotional support. Researchers are working tirelessly to develop effective treatments for CTE. Some promising avenues of research include drugs that target tau protein buildup in the brain, as well as therapies that aim to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. However, these treatments are still in the experimental stages and not yet widely available. The search for a cure for CTE is a race against time. As more former athletes are diagnosed with this devastating disease, the urgency to find effective treatments grows. The concern over CTE extends beyond professional football. There is growing awareness of the potential risks associated with youth football. Children and adolescents are particularly vulnerable to head injuries, as their brains are still developing. Several organizations, including the Concussion Legacy Foundation and the Pop Warner Little Scholars, have advocated for changes in youth football to reduce the risk of head injuries. These include limiting contact during practices, teaching proper tackling techniques, and delaying the age at which children begin playing tackle football. Parents, coaches, and young athletes themselves need to be educated about the potential risks of head injuries. The disease can transform once loving individuals into shadows of their former selves, leaving families grappling with the emotional and financial burdens of caregiving. The strain of caring for a loved one with CTE can be immense. Families often struggle to cope with personality changes, memory loss, and behavioral issues. Organizations like the Concussion Legacy Foundation and the Brain Injury Association of America offer information, support, and connections to resources for families affected by CTE. Addressing the CTE crisis requires a multifaceted approach. This includes continued research, improved safety measures, and increased awareness. Advocacy plays a crucial role in driving change and ensuring that the needs of those affected by CTE are met. Former athletes, families, and concerned citizens can all play a part in raising awareness about CTE. This can involve supporting organizations dedicated to CTE research and advocacy, sharing information about the disease with others, and urging lawmakers to support legislation aimed at improving player safety and supporting those affected by CTE. Together, we can work towards a future where athletes are protected, families are supported, and CTE is a distant memory.